It's a movie that makes every man wish they were the lead with one phone and every digit pressed leads to an unforgettable romantic encounter. It's more than just a witty and humorous farce. It captures the extreme mundanity of marriage, making endless choices feel within arm's reach. At the same time, it poses a sharp and realistic question. When marital passion is worn away by daily trivialities, should we choose to mend it or move on to the next one without looking back? Perhaps this movie has the answer: call for love. Xu Lang and his wife have been married for 7 years. There's no affair, no major financial disputes, just an unchanging repetitive cycle. His wife always wears that same purple sweater. Dinner every Thursday is invariably jajangmyeon, served with a side of boring TV dramas on an endless loop. When eating, she habitually twirls her chopsticks in the bowl. Once upon a time, this little habit might have been endearing. Now for Xu Lang, it's become the last straw that breaks the camel's back. These trivial details are like countless tiny needles piercing through Xu Lang's patience and passion day after day. He's not tired of his wife herself, but this programmed routine, a life trajectory he can foresee for the next 30 years. So in a moment of unbearable frustration, he finally detonates this long-buried bomb.
Let's get a divorce, but why? No reason.
Is it something I did wrong?
Meow meow. You did everything right.
Then why?
Facing his wife's interrogation, Xu Lang is at a loss for words. He just feels that everything about her has become stiflingly dull.
7 years and you're just leaving like that. You have to give me a reason, don't you? I need something to tell my parents, right? How am I supposed to explain this to our family and friends? What will I tell them?
Under his wife's intense questioning, he almost wavered and considered taking it back. But ultimately, his long simmering resentment erupted like a volcano.
You're always wearing that same purple sweater at home. I can't stand purple. Do you have any idea? You insist on squeezing toothpaste from the bottom up. What's wrong with squeezing from the middle? 4 times a week, it's always jajangmyeon TV shows and jajangmyeon on repeat. And when you eat those noodles, can you stop swirling them around like that?
To an outsider, these reasons might sound absurd, but to Xu Lang, they represent his rawest frustrations. He yearns to break free, craving novelty and a new romance that can rescue him from his mundane life. Shocked and heartbroken, his wife tearfully agreed to the divorce. This scene is all too common in reality. So many relationships crumble because of this hyper-focus on trivial flaws. We complain about snoring messiness or a lack of romance, yet we rarely reflect on whether we've shut down the valve of communication ourselves, losing the spark to create surprises in our lives. But mundanity is a constant in marriage, and he never once tried to color his world with something new. Wasn't that purple sweater actually a form of steady companionship? And wasn't that bowl of jajangmyeon a symbol of belonging? He blamed his wife for their lackluster marriage, believing a new partner would reignite his passion. Dragging his suitcase and clutching the phone his wife smashed, Xu Lang became a loner in the city. Strangely, signs for phone repairs began appearing out of nowhere, as if guided by an unseen fate. After several twists and turns, he reached the end of a deep alley, where a peculiar repair shop awaited him. The shop owner is a mysterious man, almost like a prophet. Not only did he know that Xu Lang had just divorced, but he even laid bare Xu Lang's deepest desires in a single sentence.
You're thinking about having a romantic encounter.
Without saying much, the man handed Xu Lang a brand new phone and told him it possessed magical powers.
With just the press of a button, you'll have a romantic encounter.
Xu Lang left skeptical, but just as he was laughing at himself for actually believing such nonsense, he inadvertently pressed a button on the phone. Instantly, torrential rain began to pour without warning. He hurriedly hailed a taxi, and the moment he opened the door, a slender hand reached for it at the exact same time. Before him stood a delicate and beautiful woman named Luo Yanyan. Ever the gentleman, Xu Lang let her take the taxi first, but accidentally got his jacket caught in the door and ended up being dragged along in total embarrassment. This dramatic encounter led to the two quickly getting to know each other.
Hey, driver, got it!
Luo Yanyan's warmth and openness made Xu Lang's heart flutter for the first time in years. He subconsciously slipped the wedding ring off his finger. Luo Yanyan invited Xu Lang home to dry off and change his clothes, and showed no reservation in front of him, making his heart racing. To him, This was the perfect, spontaneous and romantic encounter of his dreams. The next day he visited her again, on the pretext of fixing a lamp, only to find that Luo Yanyan had already prepared a candlelight dinner.
You're such a nice man.
The romantic tension quickly escalated in the flickering candlelight. Luo Yanyan's advances left Xu Lang thrilled. Just as things were about to go further Xu Lang's remaining sanity, he tried to maintain a trace of reason, but Luo Yanyan was impatient and pounced on him again. In the chaos, Xu Lang accidentally knocked her down, and both were rushed to the hospital. It was there that the truth behind this perfect encounter was revealed.
Just to update you on the situation, the baby is fine.
The baby.
You didn't know. Xu Lang's mind went blank. It turned out that Luo Yanyan was already pregnant, and her enthusiasm was merely a desperate attempt to find a father for her unborn child. The calculation behind this sent a chill down Xu Lang's spine. The encounter he sought was pure romance with no strings attached, not a carefully orchestrated deception. Luo Yanyan, a typical Pisces, is crazy about love yet driven by harsh reality. She used her emotions as a bargaining chip. Xu Lang's failure serves as a reminder to all those who pin their hopes for love on illusory coincidences. True love isn't a perfect script that falls from the sky, but a choice made after seeing the imperfect truth of one another.
I don't want this anymore. Here, take it back.
You only pressed one button. There are 9 more to go, 9 different types of women.
Let me get some sleep first.
Xu Lang chose the latter without hesitation. His first quest for love thus ended as a farce. Pressing the button the second time, a sharp-looking girl walked straight toward him and embraced him without a word. Just as Xu Lang was rejoicing, he realized it was all just a decoy.
Are you ready?
I'm not ready yet.
We move together.
What action?
Target in sight.
As it turned out, she was a policewoman named Chen Xiaoyu. Her embracing was merely a cover for an arrest mission. By a twist of fate, Xu Lang became her temporary partner. He even experienced the thrill of being handcuffed to her while chasing down a fugitive. This experience gave Xu Lang a sense of novelty unlike anything he'd felt before. But as they got to know each other better, he realized that Chen Xiaoyu's life was entirely consumed by her work. On their dates, she would only talk about case analysis and interrogation techniques, while Xu Lang wanted romance. Her mind was strictly focused on fighting crime. He felt like he wasn't in a relationship, but rather undergoing a round-the-clock background check. Ultimately, it was Chen Xiaoyu who put an end to the relationship. She admitted that she admired Xu Lang, but as a police officer, she had an unwavering principle: she would never date a divorced man. The relationship began with a misunderstanding and ended at an insurmountable divide of principles. Xu Lang realized once again that an ideal partner in reality often comes with hidden clauses that he simply cannot accept. After 2 failures, Xu Lang decided to try a different direction. He wanted a young, energetic girl who could help him relive his youth. As if on cue, Long Xiaoxie appeared. She was flamboyant, passionate, and completely fearless. She took Xu Lang for spicy hot pot and clubbing, and even started loudly calling him hubby in public just hours after meeting him.
Hubby, could you please not call me that?
Why not? What are you scared?
Swept up in this torrent of youth, Xu Lang felt both exhilarated and exhausted. After clubbing Long Xiaoxie wasn't finished yet, and dragged him to an internet cafe for an all-nighter. Looking at the energetic young people all around him and hearing their screams of victory over their games, Xu Lang felt a profound generation gap. He was too tired to keep his eyes open, yet Long Xiaoxia was still in high spirits. Even worse, her youthful hot-headedness and reckless mouth led her to pick fights with others easily. To protect her, Xu Lang got into a fight for the first time in his life. In the end, he was swarmed by a mob and given a sound thrashing. The madness finally reached its climax while watching the 26 World Cup final, specifically the clip of Zidane headbutting Materazzi. Girl grew curious to experience the power of a headbutt. She actually knocked Xu Lang straight into the hospital. When he woke up, the girl was long gone. The youthful vitality Xu Lang craved had ultimately become an unbearable weight of life. In the encounters that followed, Xu Lang was like a man lost in a sea of emotions, constantly searching, only to be repeatedly disappointed. He met Zhou Jinrudi at Taurus, at a blind date that felt more like a talent show audition. The girl's extended family lined up in a row, objecting him to a soul-searching interrogation from his assets to his fertility, with every moment recorded and scored.
Do you believe in destiny?
I don't.
Then do you believe in miracles?
I didn't before. I do now.
Xu Lang thought a miracle was about to happen, but he didn't expect this kind of miracle.
Oh my God, stay calm.
I think you're the best match for him.
Ha ha ha. This is so embarrassing.
This farcical blind date was a biting satire on the utilitarian nature of marriage at the time. Then, there was Pan Wenlin, the Capricorn real estate speculator, eloquent and sharp-witted. She chose a sales office as their dating spot. In her eyes, everything can be quantified. To her, houses and men are both assets that require shrewd calculation.
Just like how you men boast about your broad-mindedness. But when you actually bring the real sofa home, you'll find that it doesn't fit at all.
Every word of her floor plan analysis is an allusion to men, making Xu Lang feel like a commodity waiting to be priced and sold. Then he met Liang Huijun, a Leo powerhouse. This multi-millionaire CEO is extremely controlling. She can easily grant Xu Lang the wealth and status that would take others a lifetime to earn. She even made him a company executive and gave him a luxury villa to live in. But the catch: he must keep his phone on 24/7, be on call at all times, and even undergo love tests. Just as he thought he'd passed and was about to become the master of the villa, he caught the CEO bringing her ex-boyfriend home, hiding under the bed in humiliation, listening to everything above. He finally realized he was nothing more to the CEO than an interchangeable part of her life, a literal kept man, a canary in a gilded cage. He then encountered Li Miao, a dog-loving Libra. In her home, her pet dog Schubert reigned supreme. When Xu Lang accidentally stepped on the dog's toy, he was told to apologize to the dog. Apologize it to him right now.
I know, it's just a dog, isn't it?
No, you stepped on his toy. Apologize to him.
He had to eat at the table with the dog and watch shows that only a dog could enjoy. He felt like a total third wheel in this relationship. Li Miao caught him trying to discipline the dog, and he was promptly kicked out of the house without mercy. To her, his level of trustworthiness was lower than that of her pet dog. Finally, he met a Scorpio psychiatrist named Zhao Fai. She was a highly sensitive and extremely defensive woman. On their first date, she used psychological tests to conclude he had a 150 chance of betrayal. Every word out of her mouth was approved, dripping with suspicion. Xu Lang says that everything gets twisted into having ulterior motives. He told a white lie about a business trip only to have it ruthlessly exposed by a packet of hot pot base.
Where did this hot pot base come from? Yuxianqiao? Vegetable market? I'm sorry, I really forgot. You know, when you called me that time, I just blurted out Chongqing on a whim, and then I had to keep up the lie like this. I was only asking casually.
In a relationship of relentless interrogation and zero trust, Xu Lang felt utterly exhausted physically and mentally. This series of encounters is the most brilliant satire in the entire film. Xu Lang is like a shopper in an emotional supermarket picking out products. Each is boldly labeled. He thinks he's making a choice, but in reality, he's also trapped by those very labels. This perfectly mirrors our modern-day social dilemma. We constantly filter for height, education, zodiac signs, and income on social platforms. We chase efficient matching, but lose the patience to truly understand a living, breathing human being. Each of Xu Lang's failures reveals a truth. When you define someone by a label, you are destined for disappointment. He wants tenderness but can't accept the hidden agendas behind it. He wants excitement but can't handle the consequences. He longs for youth, but can't keep up with its pace. He envies wealth but refuses to swallow his pride. Every failure is a brutal exposure of his own inner contradictions. After 8 failed encounters, Xu Lang is drained and weary. He feels utterly hopeless about love itself, complaining that there isn't a single normal or suitable partner for him.
Have you ever tried to truly understand them? Have you ever truly appreciated them? Every woman is a double-edged sword. Their most endearing traits, perhaps that's the most terrifying thing about them. To love someone is to love everything about them.
These words were a wake-up call, snapping Xu Lang back to reality instantly. He suddenly realized that what he had been searching for so desperately, that normal, ordinary woman who knew how to live a real life, was the very ex-wife he had abandoned with his own hands. The place he once couldn't wait to escape from might actually be the home his heart truly longed for. Filled with immense regret, he returned to his former home, hoping to confess everything and beg for a reconciliation. But his ex-wife had already remarried and started a new family. To make matters even more ironic, Lao Zhang, her new husband, warmly invited his predecessor to stay for dinner. On the table was the same bowl of Zhajiang mian that Xu Lang used to despise. Yet, according to Lao Zhang, it was a world-class delicacy that could rarely be found elsewhere. His ex-wife's unchanging and tedious habits in Xu Lang's eyes were seen by Lao Zhang as endearing and rare virtues. Lao Zhang appreciated her cooking and cherished her way of running a home. The very things Xu Lang had once cast aside like worthless trash.
It's very authentic, give it a try.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's still jjiangmian.
It's alright. Shulang took a bite, the familiar taste melting on his tongue, and he finally tasted the true value of these noodles. He finally realized that the problem was never with his ex-wife, but with himself, what he had destroyed with his own hands. Was exactly the happiness he could never find again, no matter how hard he searched. At the end of the story, a dejected Shulang goes to Eason Chan's concert alone. Amidst the melody of love transfer, he runs into an old college classmate. Amid the noise of the venue, they calmly chat about their lives and the changes over the years. Two lonely souls, both having weathered emotional storms, seem to have found resonance in this moment. As the song reaches its climax, the camera zooms in for a close-up as they simultaneously leave behind that magical phone, the one that once sparked endless hope, yet brought only endless disappointment on the seat beside them.
Transferring one person's warmth to another's embrace, letting past mistakes refine to new dreams. We are all like this, having savored the thrill of uncertainty. Only then, refusing to be love's sacrificial lamb.
Eason Chan's lyrics serve as a poignant footnote to this entire story. No Call for Love was released 18 years ago. The themes it explores are far from outdated. If anything, they are more relevant than ever today. In this age of information overload, who among us doesn't carry a magical phone in our hearts? It could be social media, or a deep-seated fantasy of finding a better option. It whispers constantly, don't settle. The next one will be better. We have more choices than ever before. Yet we seem to have lost the patience and the will to nurture a lasting relationship through this bittersweet farce. The film ultimately delivers a simple, profound truth. Happiness isn't about how many choices you have, but how you cherish the choice you've already made. Life isn't a lottery. You can't always bet on the next ticket being the winner. What's most worth holding on to is the warm bowl of noodles in your hand, and the person willing to make them for you for a lifetime. May we all stay clear-headed and sincere amidst endless options, ending the cycle of cold transfers and allowing a wandering heart to finally find its safe harbor.
Love never stops to drive toward eternity. How much courage does it take?